Now, if you're new to this game of Bloons TD, I guarantee that there's exactly one thing you will love, and that is powers. Powers will help boost your game to the next level because they'll make the game way easier for you no matter what you do. Now, the thing about powers is that because they are so powerful, they are typically banned from other events such as ranked boss runs and of course races. But what I want to look at today is what happens if powers are not restricted in races. What if you could do a race and use powers in them? And that is exactly what I'm going to do in today's video. We're going to be playing on this map and take a look at how good powers could possibly be. Because after all, life is so much easier with powers, so why don't we just have powers in the game? Now, because Ninjakiwi has banned powers from races, we have to use a mod in order to enable powers in races. And as such, this race mod will be slightly different from what you're used to in races. So basically, whenever I send a round, the actual round number that I've sent is right above the normal round number, and of course the timer on the left represents seconds. So don't get too confused by that. But anyway, let's start off by looking at some powers. So we're going to start off by looking at something simple like the Pontoon Lake, which is, I'll be honest, probably not the best use case for this map, but we'll see what you can do anyway. So obviously these two powers allows you to place land units on water and of course water units on land, and of course in the right maps both of these powers will be relatively useful, so to speak. For example, for this map, let's say we only have boats. We could place a boat here and we could just start with Grape Shot, which is an okay start for racers, but it's obviously not the best. But sure, I guess if you like using boats during races a lot, I mean, sure, that's also a valid strategy. No one is actually stopping you from using boats during races. And if for some reason you like to place your towers here, like, I don't know, for some reason you thought that, hey, instead of putting a sniper over here in the middle of the map, let's place it over here. And sure, I guess pontoons would help you, but for a map that's land dominated, obviously a pontoon wouldn't be as effective, and simultaneously, obviously, when you're in a water map, it won't be that much useful. So these powers are more so applied on a case-by-case basis. Now, what if you are, let's say, I don't know, very slow at clicking, and you might want to, I don't know, slow down your game a little bit, or even better, pause the game while you, I don't know, do a lot of micro. So let's say I am doing a farming race, and I am going all the way to round 80, but unfortunately for me, I am a really slow clicker, because I am just not that good at races. So what we can do is we can use a time stop, and what this does is that it slows down the game by quite a lot, actually, as you can see. So with that, we can actually take, well, not say take our time, but actually give us more leeway to you know, actually prepare our stuff better. And if that's not enough, well, we can always slow things down even more. So let's see, I want to add a ring of fire here. And voila, we got ourselves a ring of fire, which is probably not the best tile for this situation, but hey, it works. And oh no, we're still leaking. I guess we could apply another time stop, but then again, I am too slow at doing it. Also, not saying that getting minimum time on this race is impossible. It is possible, it's just quite difficult. Up next, we have Volt Spikes, and quite a lot of Volt Spikes at that. So, Volt Spikes is probably not the most useful powers, because obviously there'll be much more better powers that you guys will see later on. But with Volt Spikes, what you can do is you can place them all at the start of the track, and this will help you pop some early balloons, and also it'll give you quite a bit of bonus starting cash that will help you out massively. So let's see, I want to place about 20 volt spikes here, and I want to start off with a bomb shooter. Okay, that's a reasonable strategy. And let's say, oh no, I don't have enough for cluster bomb, and I want to send around 39 immediately. Well, I'm going to send around 39 immediately, but as you can see, I managed to upgrade my cluster bombs before I actually sent to, well, actually in this case 142, but we did it. We actually got what we wanted. We got our bomb to our 003. Now obviously this bomb kind of sucks. You shouldn't send around 39 with just a bomb shooter. Heck, you shouldn't even start with a bomb shooter, obviously, but still, Those spikes basically act as a slightly greater starting amount of cash, which I think will help quite a lot. Let's move on to the next one. In this case, it is Glue Trap. Now, Glue Trap is kind of weird because it only has about 300 PS before it just completely disappears. So let's see how we can apply Glue Trap to our racer. So maybe you don't actually like the time stop, and maybe I don't know, you just want to slow down the first few bloons to make your life easier. I mean, there's also nothing wrong with that. So let's say we're doing a race where you have to start off with a farm, and well, okay, I kind of stuck at placing the farms, but as you can see, we managed to place on 2 farms, and those are still moving at an extremely slow pace. Now, normally, we would have died here, even if we haven't placed any other towers, but with this Glue Trap, we actually managed to get a Ring of Fire, and we look at that, just in time for the Glue Trap to expire, and the Ring of Fire will help us capture or rather kill most of these balloons, and of course we could add a few more towers here to help pop a few more balloons, but you get the point. Glue Trap will be useful especially in the early rounds if you want to say, I don't know, make your life easier for some reason. And we got the Banana Farmer. Now, Banana Farmer is kind of a weird power, especially for racers, mostly because nowadays there are very few racers with farms. That is excluding contested territory racers. You'll find plenty of racers with farms enabled. Some are easier than others, but the point is finding farms in an actual race nowadays, it's kind of difficult. So, but with a Banana Farmer, it will actually make your life easier, especially if you're a mobile player, because that way you don't actually have to tap on the screen to collect your farms. And what's better about this is that you can actually go for the top path rather than the bottom path, because the top path is slightly more efficient. And I kind of messed up my banana placement, or rather my Banana Farmer placements, but yeah, the Banana Farmer is not useful in the sense that it will help you with a race directly, but it will help you especially if you have farms or you have any other money making towers, but honestly it is just exclusively limited to farms. So we're going to start off by placing an Energizer totem here, and since we're not popping balloons for the first few rounds, it will be fine. So we're going to send all the way to round 39 once again, and we're going to get ourselves 2 banana farms followed by a bomb shooter, so hopefully this time is able to pop more balloons. And well, it looks like we have survived round 39, and of course we can replenish it with another Energizer totem. And I know it doesn't show any power status, and yeah, since I was still dead anyway, so actually, you know what, maybe the Energizer totem isn't that useful, especially since it only gives a 25% bonus speed increase, which I don't think is entirely useful 100% of the time. Moab Mine. Okay, Moab Mine is kind of an interesting situation, especially when you're dealing with early Moab class balloons, and I mean it is limited exclusively for early Moab class balloons. So let's say, let's just do a weak start. Let's just do a Gwen start, and I'm going to upgrade to Blade Shooter because I can. So basically what the Moab Mine does is, obviously it pops Moab class balloons, but it doesn't pop everything. So that's to say, it can only pop 10 Moab class balloons before it just disappears. And yeah, we'll see how this can work. So let's fast forward this a little bit. Okay, so let's say I want to send 140 and the Moab is gone. There is no Moab because it's been popped into Cell Mix, and that's actually really useful for us. Now then again, there's also a limit because the Moab Mine will last until the end of round 54. After that, you're kind of on your own because it just won't be able to survive that for that long. Unless you want to place 100 more mines, but if you want to do that, honestly, that's better powers for you to accomplish this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send all the way to round 39 first, and then we're going to apply the Thrive power up. So let's apply it now, and voila, all of our farms are giving us $25 instead of 20. And with that, we can actually get ourselves a bomb shooter earlier, and we can get ourselves a Ring of Fire earlier. And voila, I think it's pretty powerful. And also, let's upgrade to Marketplace because it's easier. And there we go. So Thrive is especially useful, especially if you want to get farms in the early game, but then again, it's kind of difficult for you to use because farms don't actually exist in most games. Now if you thought that the energizing totem is weak, well, that's because it is weak, no one actually uses it. Now, what is strong is the monkey boost, because rather than just lasting for 5 rounds, monkey boost lasts for 15 seconds, but it allows all your towers to attack twice as fast. Now obviously this doesn't apply to banana farms, but we could see our bomb shooter in action this time. So let's try around 39 cent once again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a cluster bomb, and then I'm going to go ahead and get myself monkey boost, and it should be pretty obvious that the bomb shooter is attacking way faster this time round. So yes, it is indeed much more powerful, and this time we've dealt with round 39 with no problem whatsoever. I mean, minus the camo balloons, but obviously we're not touching that at all. And here comes Camo Trap. Now Camo Trap is a bit weird, because here's the thing, you can decamo everything. You can decamos round 1 to 100 with just 2 camo traps. Yes, 2 camo traps, and the decamo also happens to involve DDTs. Now, does it apply to its ceramic layers? Well, we're about to find out, but let's actually send this all the way to round 99 just to see whether everything is truly decamoed with just these decamo thingies. Okay, so let's test this in an actual way. So we're going to go with typical 2 farm start by sending all the way to round 39 first. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves our second farm, and I'm going to get myself a bomb shooter right here. Hopefully this pops most of the things. There we go. And then we're going to get ourselves a ring of fire right here, and we're going to sell bomb shooter to get that. And we're going to get all the way to round 79 for time being. While we upgrade our farms, we are going to activate the blade maelstrom when the time is right, so right about now, and we should be able to afford super maelstrom soon enough, and voila. Now let's see what else we can do. We can get ourselves a bomb shooter. Actually, you know what, Spill the Forest, I completely forgot about that. That was the original strategy for this. There we go. And with that, we can actually go ahead and full send to round 99. We're not going to send to round 100 just yet, just to see how good it is. And as you notice, we didn't actually have to deal with any camo balloons, and honestly, Spill the Forest doesn't make showing this easier, but trust me, all of these, they are not camo, because as you can see, the bomb shooter could actually hit those DTs. So yes, it does indeed decamo all of the balloons, including white class balloons. So Camo Trap is very useful, especially if you don't have to deal with camos, or maybe you don't have easy access to the camos like maybe Shimmer or the Middle Path Radar Scanner Village. So that is when your Camo Trap could come in handy. Now we are going to deal with the cash drop. Cash drop gives you 2,500 extra dollars, and that is a lot of money. So how are we going to use cash drops? Well, I'm going to get the Middle Path Spirit of the Forest, but obviously it's not going to be easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to spam as many cash drops as you can until we can afford Spirit of the Forest. Ready? Let's see how this can work. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that should be enough. And okay, no, we actually need another one. 14. And there we go, we got ourselves a Spirit of the Forest, and I accidentally sent to 100. So 7 is going to be slightly harder, but point still stands. We managed to get ourselves a Spirit of the Forest with just cash drops. Now, maybe that should explain a little bit as to why powers are banned in, you know, this game mode, because I think it's pretty overpowered, and you probably agree with me on that. But this is not the real reason why powers are banned in all events, including races. So, may I introduce you to the most powerful power of them all, the Super Monkey Storm. Because the Super Monkey Storm can destroy everything in one go, and it is extremely powerful. So, let us send all the way to round 100. And you guys will see why me when I say that this is extremely powerful. So now that we've sent 100, let's use our first ability. And as you can see, we've gained a lot of cash just from that. But we're not done. We can still activate another SMS. And actually, let's go ahead and get ourselves save up our Spirit of the Forest. Well, not really save up, but rather activate our ability. And there we go, now we got ourselves a Spirit of the Forest. We can still activate more SMS. So yes, this is extremely powerful, and not to mention, it gives you cash as well, for every time you pop balloons with the SMS. So this should be pretty darn obvious that, yeah, powers are kind of broken in events, including and especially races. So maybe now you guys will probably understand why Ninjakiwi decided to ban power from races, because I honestly couldn't fathom what to do if SMS was just allowed in every race, because then minimum time would just be accomplished by just about everyone, and frankly I don't think that is fair. And actually, this was exactly why Ninjakiwi banned powers in the first place, in case you guys didn't know. So when racers were released about 5 years ago, there was apparently a bug where if you have a widescreen devices, you actually have access to the powers menu. And because it wasn't restricted to them, those people who happen to have widescreen can just use SMS on, well, the entire race, and that will give them the lowest possible time, not to mention minimum time. So that is how people got low times back in the days. That is why Ninjakiwi made an update to restrict powers in races, and that is how we come here. That is why powers are restricted in races. And yeah, that is it for this video. Oh wait, I might actually be missing something. Alright, we've gotten the most powerful power of them all, the tag bot. A tag bot is the most powerful power of them all. All hail the tag bot. The tag bot will help you with everything, and the tag bot is your lord and savior, including and especially for racers. Tag bots will help us power monkey cities for eternity. I'm just kidding, of course. Tag bots aren't really that useful, or are they? Well, I guess we can find out. I don't know. Let's just play some Grand here and just, I don't know, spam as many races as we can. And let's, of course, use tag bot on Grand, because why not? So, yeah, we've come to the end of this silly little video. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video a lot. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a like if you like this video. Leave a comment if you want me to cover some more interesting things, or some extra special mods that you guys haven't thought about before. And I'll see you guys in the next video.